Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we'll be doing an unboxing and review video for the 1/6 scale Ninjutsu Gang figure by Moz Studio. Which is a long-winded way of saying we have an unlicensed product based on the popular manga series Naruto, featuring the 5th Hokage herself, Lady Tsunade. I'm actually pretty excited about this one, so let's dive right in. In the world of Naruto, Tsunade is one of the most legendary ninjas to have ever lived. She's famed for 2 enormous reasons. First is that she boasts incredible strength. Regarded by many as the strongest kunoichi of her time, Tsunade often pulverizes anything she hits. The second is that she's a powerful healer, capable of healing herself and others at remarkable speeds. After abandoning the shinobi life for many years, Tsunade eventually returns to her village to take on the mantle as the Hokage, which is the leader and protector of the village, making her the 5th person to ever take on this title. Released in 2021, my copy of the box came a little bit busted on all sides, unfortunately. The kanji characters here read, Godaime, Hinoishi, meaning the 5th generation will of fire. It's a cool nod to Tsunade's title and her resolve. The back has all the accessories laid out like it's a manga panel. Ooh, and check this out. Loose bits in the box were off to a great start. But fortunately, the figure is very much intact, because it's the sake bottle that's rolling around in the box. The tray doesn't have room for this, but we'll come back to this later. Tsunade comes with the Creation Rebirth faceplates already equipped, but for the review, let's put on the normal faceplates, so we can compare the two and see how this is all done. First the hairpiece, then the faceplate. While we're here, I love how this hairpiece is sculpted. Moz Studio has struck the perfect balance. It's got just the right flow so that it works for both dynamic and static poses. As far as I can tell, the sculpting on both faceplates are identical, but it's the mastery in the paintwork that separates the two. The calm expression is nice and clean. The diamond on her forehead is the strength of 100 seal, which is faithfully reproduced here, along with her dreamy brown eyes and the soft pink lipstick that she always wears. The other faceplate features the unleashed form of her seal, also known as the Creation Rebirth technique, which was introduced to audiences through a powerful character moment, where Tsunade overcomes her past trauma and finds the courage to fight. What's really cool is you can actually bring out more of her newfound confidence by tilting the face slightly downwards, so her meaner looking eyes come to life along with her wider smile. Let me just put everything back on, and voila! Beautiful. The hair sculpt in the back is very on point, and the 2 ponytails once again have a nice flow to them. They aren't posable, but they could flex a little. And starting with her set of duds, her green outer kimono is fabulous, featuring the same collar lining and print on the back exactly like in the manga. The kanji here reads kake, meaning gamble, which is a hobby Tsunade has had ever since she was a kid. Her inner blouse has the same black linings, and the same dark blue obi sash, which is secured by a button on the back, though the sash could use a little bit more layers, and the blouse is supposed to close on the other side. But that's just me being super nitpicky. What we have here is totally serviceable. The pants are secured by a velcro, with the cuffs hanging over her calves exactly like they should. Her feet and sandals are nicely sculpted and painted, and the skin tone matches quite well with the rubber body. I like how this is handled, because strappy shoes like these don't tend to hold up that well in this scale when they're separate from the feet. This necklace is an heirloom from the 1st Hokage. It's a little rough around the edges here, but for such a tiny accessory at this scale, this will do just fine. Moz Studio has definitely picked the right body type to capture Tsunade's well-endowed physique. With absolutely no clues provided to me, I was still able to determine that the body underneath is provided by TB League, meaning Tsunade is capable of the same brilliant articulations, which I won't bore you with here. But I do want to note that while the sculpted hair does hinder movement, you can still hold a pose by clipping one of her flexible ponytails over the shoulder. There isn't a whole lot in the way of accessories, but what we do have is pretty fun. First is the tiger seal hand pose that joins on both wrists. This is but one of the many seals that must be done to perform certain ninja techniques. So yes, Naruto ninja fights gonna be looking like sign language rap battles. Then we have the palm pose. It's pretty cool that there's a little flex to it, which is great for any taijutsu poses. Then there's the curled hand, which doesn't have the nail polish like all the other ones do. In fact, this one isn't even displayed on the box. I think they just kinda threw this one in last minute so then Tsunade can hold the sake bottle. And speaking of, the sake bottle is shaped like a gourd, with the kanji for sake promptly featured in front. The lid doesn't open, but the rope is actually made of fiber. And lastly, we have Tantan, which is Tsunade's pet pig. This is my favorite of the bunch. It's got the same happy face and rosy cheeks, complete with a pearl necklace and a tiny red jacket, a soft curly tail, and a tiny dimple here for the... yeah. It doesn't have the bandages on the underbelly, but that's not a problem since you'll never display Tantan upside down. And for a quick side-by-side comparison, here we have the real action heroes Naruto and Sasuke by Medicom, which I think are a little too tall. These were originally released in 2012. They really weren't the best figures even for back in the day, and they certainly haven't aged well. Next we have the 9L Toys Itachi and the Inflames Toys Gaara. Both are unlicensed, but Gaara in particular is actually pretty good. And finally we have Kakashi, also by Inflames Toys. These two just look awesome together, and it's a real bummer that all the good figures from this franchise so far are unlicensed. So there you have it, the 1/6 scale Lady Tsunade by Moz Studio. I honestly didn't know what to expect when I put in the pre-order, but like a bumbling kid turning a blind corner and then running into something awesome, I am totally enamored by this figure. The only thing that really bothered me is that the hands don't quite match the skin tone of the rubber body. Coupled with the way 1/6 scale hands are joined on the wrists, it could look like Tsunade's wearing gloves at times. But that's just a minor nuisance for me, because the rest of this figure comes together beautifully. As for actual licensed products, I am brimming with excitement for the upcoming Zen Creations Naruto and Gaara. But for now, if you're a Naruto fan or a 6 scale collector, or both, this one is definitely worth your consideration. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.